Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a subject that's not only fascinating but also essential: financial literacy for kids. Now, you might be wondering, why should kids learn about money? Isn't it a grown-up thing? Well, the truth is, understanding money, how to earn it, save it, spend it, and invest it wisely, is a key life skill. And just like any other skill, the sooner we start learning, the better we get at it. We live in a world that revolves around money. It's how we buy the things we need and want. It's how we plan for the future. But money can be a tricky thing to handle if one doesn't understand it properly. That's where financial literacy comes in, serving as a compass in the complex world of finances. So, whether you're a kid eager to learn or a parent searching for ways to teach your children about money, this video is for you. First things first, let's talk about what financial literacy means. It's not just about counting coins or knowing how to make change. No, it goes much deeper than that. Financial literacy is the knowledge and skills that enable us to make informed and effective decisions about money. It's a compass that guides us in the world of finance, helping us navigate through the complexities of earning, saving, and spending money. But wait, there's more. Financial literacy isn't just about understanding how money works. It's also about knowing how to make it work for you. It encompasses important concepts such as investment and understanding the value of money over time. It's about planning for the future, learning how to budget, and understanding the difference between needs and wants. So, you see, financial literacy is an essential life skill. It's about understanding how to earn, save, spend, and invest money in a responsible way. One of the first things kids can learn about financial literacy is the concept of saving. Now, saving might seem like a grown-up term, but let's break it down into simpler words. Imagine you have a box of cookies. Do you eat all of them at once? Probably not. You'd want to have some for tomorrow too, right? That's exactly what saving is about. It's about not using up everything you have right away and keeping some for later. Let's bring this concept into the world of money. Let's say you get some money for your birthday. Instead of spending it all at once, you could keep some aside for something you might want in the future. Maybe there's a toy or a book you've been eyeing for some time. By saving a little bit of your money each time you get some, you can eventually buy that toy or book. Now, how do you start saving? One way is by using a piggy bank or a clear jar. Every time you get some money, instead of spending it all, put a little bit in your piggy bank or jar. Watch as it slowly fills up. It's a great way to visually see your savings grow. But saving isn't just about buying things you want. It's also about being prepared for unexpected needs. Maybe your bike gets a flat tire or your favorite toy breaks. If you've saved some money, you can use it to fix these problems without having to ask someone else for help. You see, saving is like planting a seed. It might not seem like much at first, but over time, it grows into something much bigger. And the best part is, the sooner you start, the bigger it can grow. This teaches them the value of saving and how small amounts can add up over time. So the next time you get some money, think about saving a part of it. Your future self will thank you. Another important aspect of financial literacy is understanding the difference between needs and wants. Now, this might sound simple, but it's a concept that even adults sometimes struggle with. So what exactly are needs and wants? In the simplest terms, needs are things that are essential for our survival and well-being. These include food to eat, clothes to wear, a roof over our heads, and healthcare. Without these things, our lives would be significantly impacted. On the other hand, wants are things that we desire but can live without. They are not necessary for survival, but they can make life more enjoyable or comfortable. This could be anything from a new video game, a shiny bicycle, a fashionable pair of sneakers, or that extra scoop of ice cream after dinner. Understanding the difference between these two is crucial for making smart financial decisions. It helps us prioritize our spending and allows us to save for the future. But how can we teach this to children? A practical way to illustrate this concept is by using play money. Let's imagine a child has 10 play dollars. The child can be presented with a variety of items, some representing needs and others representing wants. For instance, a loaf of bread or a sweater could represent needs, while a toy car or a comic book could represent wants. The child can then be asked to buy items with their play money, encouraging them to think about what they should spend their money on first. This simple exercise not only helps children understand the value of money, but it also teaches them the importance of making wise choices and prioritizing needs over wants. Remember, the goal isn't to discourage children from wanting things. After all, wanting things is a part of life. The goal is to teach them to think critically about their choices and to understand the importance of planning and prioritizing when it comes to spending money. So you see, you can use play money to help kids differentiate between essential items like food and clothing, and non-essential items like toys and games. This understanding will equip them with the skills needed to manage their finances effectively as they grow older. As kids get older, you can introduce the concept of budgeting. This is an essential tool in mastering financial literacy. But what is budgeting exactly? Well, it's a bit like planning a trip. You wouldn't set off on an adventure without knowing your destination, would you? Similarly, budgeting is about planning where your money will go before you spend it. Think of it as a financial roadmap. It helps guide your spending and saving decisions so you can reach your goals and avoid getting lost along the way. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler, the better. A good place to start is by dividing money into 3 main categories: saving, spending, and giving. First, let's talk about saving. This is money put aside for future use. It could be for something specific like a new bike or a video game or just for a rainy day. The important thing is to make saving a habit, even if it's just a small amount at a time. Next, we have spending. This is the money used for everyday things like food, clothes, and fun. But remember, it's crucial to differentiate between needs and wants. Needs are things we can't live without, while wants are things that are nice to have but not necessary. Finally, we have giving. This is money used to help others. It could be donating to a favorite charity, buying a gift for a friend, or helping out a family member in need. It's a great way to teach kids about empathy and the importance of giving back. Once you've allocated money to these categories, it's essential to track it regularly. This helps to see if you're sticking to your plan or if there are any adjustments needed. Remember, budgeting isn't about restricting what you can spend. It's about making conscious decisions and getting the most out of your money. This will help them develop good money management habits for the future. It's a skill that will serve them well throughout their lives, paving the way to financial independence and success. Lastly, as kids become teenagers, you can introduce them to the concept of investing. Investing is more than just saving money, it's about growing it. It's putting your money to work in a way that could potentially make it multiply over time. The magic word here is compound interest. It's the process where you earn interest on your interest, causing your money to grow at an increasing rate over time. To make this concept easier to grasp, you can use educational games and apps. These tools simulate real-world investing scenarios in a fun and interactive way. They can learn about the stock market, how to buy and sell stocks, and how their money can grow over time. There are many fun and educational board games and apps that can teach kids about the stock market and the power of compound interest. By introducing these concepts early on, we're setting our children on a path to financial independence and success. Financial literacy is a crucial life skill that every child should learn. It's a journey that starts with understanding the value of a penny and evolves into a comprehensive understanding of how to earn, save, spend, and invest money responsibly. Today, we've walked through some of the essential building blocks of this journey. We've discussed the importance of saving and how a simple piggy bank can instill the concept of accumulation. We've talked about distinguishing between needs and wants, using play money as a teaching tool. We've touched upon the concept of budgeting, a skill that will serve them well into adulthood. And we've explored the intriguing world of investing, demystifying it through board games and apps. Remember, the goal is to equip the young ones with knowledge and habits that will set them up for a lifetime of financial success. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.